Back in week 1, the Lions dominated their first matchup against the Packers. Can Green Bay avoid the sweep? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
And his first look is incomplete. Willie Gay, the one to get a hand on that throw. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On now is the Packers punter. Back deep to return is Marvin Mims. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Gone. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
A shotgun snap for Goff. In trouble, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. they don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out of the gun, Goff. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Gibbs straight ahead. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Goff. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Let's go now. Black swap. Smith, red.
Off the play fake, Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Here we go, set.
Love now. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he'll just get rid of it. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. Forced out to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. 4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now gone. That is incomplete. These two teams had met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series. Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Goff. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers ready to take over offensively. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
They go bootleg. Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
That connection seemed to work out okay on the first play of the drive. Why not go right back to it? And once again, this defense is left without an answer as they surrender back-to-back first downs.
Set, ready, switch, yellow, set.
Play action this time with Love. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Come on, set, huh?
Working out of the gun. Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Throwing. Love. It fights him off. Touchdown, Packers. Isaiah Likely. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. That time, a 6-play drive. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Complete to Wright. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Goff. That's complete to Laporta. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 17 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Lions are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Goff. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Packers, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw now, here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Second and a yard at the Lions' 48-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Love. He'll go over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Play action. It's gone. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Love from the gun. That's hauled in by Musgrave for the Packer touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws.
He's got a man, complete. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marvin Mims, 36 yards. And the Lions have got it back to within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Now Love. Quick slant to Watson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Gone.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now it's gone. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Goff now to throw. And this one's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they finally got to him at the 2-yard line. Almost coast to coast. What a great return. They'll be set up beautifully.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Love now.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field.
And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Goff. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Xavier Worthy leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Tutu Atwell, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.